Hi everyone, my name is Joe. This is my new channel, Automotive History through Diecast. I wanted to give you a little background on myself. I only been collecting diecast for about 2 years now, but I was a mechanic for 25, and I love watching these videos on YouTube. And everyone has so much knowledge about the casting, I was thinking it would be kind of interesting to learn about the cars that these castings are made after. And since I have a Buick Grand National and it's my favorite car, I thought this would be the easiest one for me to start with. So the Buick Grand National comes from NASCAR Grand National Series. Buick won it in 81 and 82, so they thought they would build a car to commemorate it. So this is what they made. Not a lot of people know that the Grand National did not come in black when it first came out. It came out in black and silver, and it had a V8 in it. It was not what people think the Grand National is. As I talk, I'm just going to put more up there through my collection. So in 83, they wanted to make something better than just the V8 version. Well, there was an engineer in the back who, after hours, was working on a program with some Boy Scouts, an engineering program. And he wanted to see if he could make V8 power with 6-cylinder gas mileage. Well, that motor he was working on was the 3800 with the turbo. So he went to the GM bigwigs and said, I think I have something we could put in that car. So they tried it, and they were surprised how fast it was. In the beginning, it wasn't really efficient because they didn't have the technology for the fuel injectors correct yet. But as time went on, they got better and better. Now, in the Buick world, if it's not black, it's not a Grand National. So like this one here would be considered a Regal T-type, or a Turbo T, depending on who you talk to. But basically, the Grand National is a Regal with a Grand National package, a WE2 package, which gives you the different interior, different rims, and all black. So in the beginning, the Grand National didn't catch on, but the Regal T-type did. But it was special order. It wasn't something people really knew about. But the people who had them knew they were faster than Corvettes. So as the years went on, GM got better and better with their fuel injection. And in 86 was the year that they really got it, because they added the intercooler. So the air that went in the engine was colder. Colder air is more dense air, more fuel to make more power. So in 86, Road and Track got a Grand National. And they were testing it, and it was actually a cold day. They weren't expecting the car to do much because of the cold pavement. So he did a brake torque, brought the boost up, and floored it. And the car hooked up, and it went 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds. And the guy's like, that can't be right. I haven't seen a car do 4.9 this year. So he did it again, and again, and again. And it kept doing 4.9s. So he went and talked to an engineer at GM who was working on the Grand National and said, your car's doing 0 to 60 in 4.9 seconds, but you say it only has 235 horsepower. That's not possible. And he said, well, there's an in-house rule. No car can have more horsepower than a Corvette. So we're going to say it's got 235. So when people started finding out from Car and Driver how fast they were, they started buying them up because it was a sleeper. And they were faster than a Corvette and a lot cheaper. So in 87, they found out it was going to be the last year. They were going front wheel drive after this. So GM says, well, cat's already out of the bag that we're making more horsepower than the Corvette. Why don't we just make a high performance one, like a last hurrah? And that's where the GNX came from. Now the GNX is a Grand National, a normal Grand National, that was sent to McLaren. Yes, the McLaren that you're thinking of, the race car driver who turned car builder. And he decided to put a bigger turbo, a bigger intercooler, some support in the back so it hooked up better. And all the representatives at GM loved it. They said, we're going to make a limited edition. We're going to make 500 of these. Well, by the time everyone at GM who ordered one, they had 47 people. So they decided to do 547 or 48, I can't remember, of these vehicles, these GNXs. And they cost more, but they sold well. They sold all of them out. Well, these faster than ever wheels don't want to stay on this. They sold them, all out. And the next year they went front wheel drive. Well, a lot of people took these GNXs and just put them in a garage. And they are worth over $100,000 right now. So basically, more than tripled their investment, which is pretty crazy. You're talking Ferraris do that, not GMs. So I have a couple premiums here. This is not all my Grand Nationals, but just, I guess, the ones I like the most. And really, I don't remember what premium. That's what I was saying. I don't know as much about the castings as you guys do, but I do know a little bit about the cars. So like I said, I do own one of these. It is a fun car. It's almost magical. It's 1980s fast, but it's not fast for now. But people still have this illusion that it's this super fast car. But it's just fun to drive. I can fit my kids in it. They love it. We go for ice cream. It gets a lot of attention. And then it goes back in the garage. Alright, so now here's some Johnny Lightnings that I got. I think this one is awesome. I love the paint job on this. And then as far as realistic, Johnny Lightning, I think, does the best. To me, this looks exactly like my car. It's just amazing how well they captured the car. And then again, if it's not black, it's a Regal T-Type. This is a very rare color for Regal T-Types. And what was cool about Regal T-Types is a Regal was a luxury car. So you could get pillow top seats, you could get a column shifter, you could get everything that was known great for Regal, and then slap that turbocharged V6 in it. So it was like the best of both worlds. And then, in my opinion, nothing screams 80 more than Guns N' Roses and Grand Nationals. And then some of my unique ones. Got this one. I believe that's a Maisto. Obviously, a Grand National would not have a big motor like that, or a Regal T-Type. It would have a V6 that would fit well under the hood, but it's cool. This next one is neat because it's a wind-up or pullback. See? So I thought that was neat. And then this one I had to get. When I saw it, I was just like, wow, that is very cool. A Monster Grand National. So I think that's a Johnny Lightning casting with a 4x4 package put on it. And then the holy grail of Grand National diecast would be this one. This is the RLC. Only 4,000 made. Spectraflame black, but it looks gray for some reason, just the way Spectraflame is. But it is beautiful and shiny. Alright, so that's kind of the history on Grand Nationals. I wanted to show my customs I'm working on. Now, in the world of diecast, there's two sides. That these are not customs because paint and wheels does not consider it a custom. In my opinion, this is a custom. I mean, you customize your car. When you start chopping it and changing it, that would be modifying your car. So those would be modified cars to me. So this is what I consider a custom. Wheel swap and Spectraflame blue paint. Here is another one. One of my favorite castings. The 55 Chevy. This is also Spectraflame blue with the Hot Wheels racing delivery. Absolutely beautiful, Goodyear wheels. And then one last, I want to show you what I'm working on next. This is a Chevelle wagon. Planning on making this Spectraflame red. So think of like the 32 Ford that just came out from RLC. Hopefully, but I got it all shined up for the paint. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.